If I Had a Gun by Noel Gallagher of Oasis, and you do see this song does sound quite a bit like Wonderwall, so it's a good song to segue out of it into Wonderwall if you want to do it. It's capo 2, and I'll show you how to play it without the capo as well, depending upon where your voice is, right? So let's just show you the chords real easy now. Capo 2, remember, position, and being a 1 will show you the chords, and I'll show you a couple of alternate ways of doing it as well. So here's the G, the easy G that I always use, and I want to go A7. Now when you play the A7, remember try to use the A string down if you like, and then E minor, and try to get with the E string when you stroke down with that. So G, A7, E minor. Let's just try to get that intro. Let's just go down strokes with this just to get the beat, and you can get flashy as you like, okay? Down, 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 down. For G, A7, E minor, okay? Da, 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 da. And down, 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 down. That just makes it easier. Remember, you can cut and paste the lyrics from they're printed down below with the chords put there, so to make it easy for you to follow along. Just make a Word document out of it, okay? And let's see, we showed you the G, the A7, the E minor. That's most of it. There's a C add 9, okay? Now, if that throws you, anytime you're looking for a song and you see some weird derivative of a chord, just like the A7. When you see A7, you say, oh, I don't know what A7 is, even though it is easy, right? That's the A7. But if you know what the A is, play the A. Okay, this is not rocket science, okay? You can be perfect later, but just to learn the song, just because there's something here called a C add 9. Now, we know the C, okay, most of us do anyway. We do know the C, that, or we do know almost the same C, right? C add 9 is just like a regular open C, except instead of the first finger on the B string first fret, we're going to use the fourth finger on the B string third fret. So there's a C add 9 versus, there's a slight difference. So if you want to play the C add 9 and just want to real easy way to hit it, to hit it right, to put it up right, just play your regular C, your regular 3-note C, and put the fourth finger down. This fourth finger will supersede this first finger, so that won't matter if it's there or not. That just lets you know that position that you're in. But let's just say you're trying to go from this song. Let's see, this song goes from E minor to C add 9. So E minor, and you're trying to hit C add 9 real quick. Well, you know where C is, so you're already here. So if you try not to delay playing the song, you hit the C, but then eventually you get that finger in. So a little bit of a cheating bit there. So C add 9 and D suspension. But mostly it's just D, but it's written as D suspension. And similar to Wonderwall and to most of the Oasis stuff, it does tend to some extent repeat itself, but there are some slight changes. But it's an easy song to pick up on pretty quick. So let's try it. If I Had a Gun, let's try the first verse, and because that's the easy part, and then we'll go to the choruses. So let's go there. Okay, G intro. G A7 E minor. You see me going down, 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 up, up, down, down on that E minor root, okay? But you can do downs if you like. G, A7, E minor. G, A7, E minor. You can just go down if you like. Now the verse. G, I had a gun, E minor, holding to the sun. G, A7, E minor. Then just like the intro. And do two of those. G7, E minor. See how easy this song is? Second verse. G, you back the dream. E minor, now that might have been. G, A7, fade, E minor. I'll G by your side. E minor, say goodbye. G, A7, E minor. There's your verses. So that's two verses that are exactly the same, and then they don't do those verses again. So once you get that, that's half the song. Now we're going to get to this C add 9 bit, okay? So we're going to go, remember there's a C, and get that fourth finger down. C, okay, I'll call them C, but it's going to be C add 9, okay? Excuse me if I spoke to G. My eyes have always C around E minor, 'cause you're the only C I will ever G. I'm D suspended, I'm A7 waiting for the moment to see. Let's do that again, because these tend to might be slightly, they vary slightly, so let's just try it again. And again, cut and paste that, it'll make it much easier for you to follow along. So start with the C add 9, and excuse me while I spoke too soon. C, excuse me if I spoke to G. My eyes have C you around E minor, 'cause you're the only C add 9 will ever G. I'm D in A7 for the moment to see. Then just like the intro. A7, E minor, four of those. G, A7, E minor. G, A7. Try a little flashy. G, A7, E minor. Now it's another chorus, very similar. C add 9 again. So you hope I didn't speak to G. My eyes have always followed you around E minor, 'cause you're the only God C ever G. I'm D and A7 for the moment, for a C broken by the G, 2, 3, 4, D suspension. So that's the difference. It ends differently, that second chorus. So let's have a look at that second chorus again, because we're almost finished, okay? Very similar, but it ends differently. C, hope I didn't speak to G. My eyes have always C, followed you around E minor, 'cause you're the only C I will ever G. I'm D and A7 for the moment, for my C be broken by the G, 2, 3, 4, D suspended. Then a different, instead of the intro, A7, C, G, D, with two beats on each. C, G, D, A7, C, G, D, A7, C, G, D. That's actually a pretty good exercise to get in and out of that C add 9, right? Now, let's go to the last chorus and we'll finish it off. And then you can just repeat this if you like. So now this last verse, A7, let me see to the G, my D suspension, A7, follow C around the G, 'cause D and A7, C ever G, I'm D and A7 for the moment to C, 2, 3, 4. Intro. G, A7, E minor. G, A7, E minor. Then it's a half a verse at the end real quiet. You can pick it if you like. G, I had a gun, E minor, hold into the sun. G, A7, E minor. And real quick, I'll just show you up. If you don't want, because he's got a semi-high voice to some extent, if you want to play it without the capo, right? A7, E minor, a little more deep resonance coming out of the guitar, right? If I had the guns, I shoot a hole into the sun. I would burn this city down for you. Okay, so that's just another way of doing it. And also, let's just show you something back with the capo too. Again, going back and forth. When you get to the end of this, if you want to do a segue like if you've seen me play live, I do a boatload of segues. I run songs straight into another, and there's a reason for that. So let's look at that last verse, and I'll show you. If I had the gun, shoot a hole into the sun, never burn the city down for you. So that's pretty cool that you can run that into the other. The reason why you can segue that is pretty cool. This being a new song, you're playing it someplace, it's not going over very well, you can bail out and go right into Wonderwall. So it's a nice little bailout trick you can try. Anyway, that's If I Had a Gun. Have fun with that. Noel Gallagher from Oasis. Always like their pop songs. See ya.